Good morning, all. So I hope are you ready for this fantastic meeting of Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest? Are you ready, my friends? You can unmute yourself for a few seconds. It's completely fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. So my favorite Bollywood star is Amitabh Bachchan. You can see behind me, and I like each and every role which he has done. It doesn't matter it's in Janjeer or Kalia movie. I liked all. So which one is your favorite movie star? Pradeep, what do you think? Who's your favorite star?
Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh wow, we are same. Toshma Chandrasekhar, what's your favorite Bollywood star?
It's Uday Chopra actually.
Uday Chopra. I also liked it. It's a Mohabbate movie. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. So Vivek, what do you think? Who is your favorite Hollywood star, not Bollywood? Whom you like most?
In Hollywood, I'm a big fan of Chris Hemsworth.
Oh wow, are you following
Yes, sure, absolutely.
any movie which you want to tell us?
Extraction.
Extraction. Sorry, but I have never seen that movie, but definitely I would be happy to look it because one of my team member is really like that. So definitely I will go ahead with that one. So once again, I want to welcome all of you 358 chapter meeting of Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest. I am Toastmaster Jai Singh the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Today I will work as a जहां हम भी किसी के पीछे नहीं खड़े होते, हम जहां से खड़े होते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू होती है. So with this role, Sergeant at Arms role, I will start the meeting. I'm working as a technical expert in Mercedes-Benz R&D. Hobbies: reading, running, and watching movies whenever I got the time. Mission of our club is Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, let's go ahead. In each and every movie, there are different sections. In each and every movie, there are some rules. You can't leave the meeting in between. So we have also the rules in our current meeting. Rule number one, please turn off your cell phone or set them on silent mode if you are not using to join the call. Please mute your microphone unless instructed by the Toastmaster of the day. Please keep your video on unless you have the issue with bandwidth. Microphone and video icons are in the bottom of left corner of the Zoom window. Do not share your screen unless instructed by Toastmaster of the day. And kindly refrain from movements that distract the speaker and role player. In case you need to move, please turn off your video in advance. You can use the emojis, thumbs up, clap to react throughout the meeting. Example during transfer of control or in use of word of the day, phrase of the day. Emoji and thumbs up are also in the below panel. I hope you found it. Great. Please find the timer window. Please pin the timer window so that timer can be seen throughout the meeting. When you begin speaking, we have a protocol. Yes, we have a protocol. So you have to start in this manner. Good morning, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Yes. And a rule. It's not a rule, it's a request from my side. Please maintain a broad smile throughout the meeting. It's our club, it's our meeting. So these are the rules which each and everyone should follow it. Now with this, everyone present here, let's have a big round of applause for our all the guests. But after the introduction, guests, I would be really very happy. We would like really very happy to know a little bit more about yourself. So guest Namrata, would you like to introduce yourself, your hobby, your passion, and how you came to our meeting? Guest Namrata?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, my name is Namrata Naik, and I'm from Kolhapur, but currently studying in Pune in VIIT. and now I'm pursuing my BTech in mechanical engineering. My hobbies are reading books, watching movies, and doing adventurous trips.
Great. Even I like the
Mm.
movies really well. I'm also a mechanical engineer. I'm taking mechanical engineering with a lot of other stuff, but that's not important. Important is you are with us. That's most important point. Now let us go ahead. I want to transfer the control to our presiding officer who will help us to understand the theme little bit more. Who is our presiding officer? Our presiding officer is president of Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest. Yesterday, she has visited the Prerna. This is the charity institutes which have the Alzheimer patients. And let me tell you, the experience is amazing. I hope she will explain a little bit more about it in the later part of the meeting. But for the moment, let's have a big round of applause. Please unmute yourself so that we can hear the loud sound of clappings. Please go ahead. Please unmute yourself and let's make it more memorable meeting. The stage is all your presiding officer, Toastmaster Swati.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Jay, for that warm introduction. And when it comes to movies, I would say only one thing, because there are a lot of bifurcated verbatim when it comes to cinema or when it comes to Bollywood or when it comes to movies. But I always prefer seeing the positive side of movies. That is, it provides employment to a lot of people, not just the lead actors, but there are a lot of people who work at the back end and who supports the movie industry or who supports the Bollywood industry. The light man, the cameraman, the audio directors, the video editors, the editorial team, and the assistant director. Can someone tell me like how many people are behind producing a movie?
More than hundreds.
More than 100. And sometimes when it's a complicated movie like Bahubali or something, it provides employment to millions of people, or it provides employments to thousands of people or thousands of artists in creating that humongous sets and in creating that large vibrant colors and everything, right from the costume designer to right from the set designer and to right from the lead actors. But sometimes there are few people who would like to come up front and who would like to project themselves as the leading stars. But sometimes there are a lot of people who work from back end. They might not be on the upfront, but without them, the Bollywood or the movie industry is incomplete. Just like our Toastmasters, we have a lot of planning that's been done or that's been executed even for a simple meeting. I hope VP Education Toastmaster Chandra can tell like how much is the work behind conducting a meeting. So that is one similarity I see between the Toastmasters and between the Bollywood is like always being creative and the creative minds and the creative heads and applauding all the creativity. People only see at the kind of makeup they do or the kind of good looking people they are in front of screens. But the kind of work they do, that is 24 cross 7, and the kind of enthusiasm they have, that is something which people should pick up. And the people should pick up only the positive things from something when it is given ahead and should ignore few negative things. And I take up only the positive things from the movie industry. And I respect people who are doing a lot of hard work, including our XCOM team and including each and every member of our club who contributes and who takes up roles in each and every meeting and who are behind the success of each and every meeting. By saying this, I would like to just give a pause and check if any other guests are there. If our Zoom master can confirm if we have any other guests whom we missed out so that we can have a guest intro. As far as I can see, I think we have Namrata has already introduced herself. So if someone can confirm, I don't think we have any other guest apart from Namrata. Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. And by saying this, to get more enthusiasm or to get more vibrant or information, on the movies or on the Bollywood, let us go to a Bollywood best who loves watching Bollywood movies a lot and who is behind the theme for today's meeting. That is Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. So I'll pass on the baton to Toastmaster Chandrasekhar to make the meeting more informative and to more entertaining, because Bollywood confirms only three things. And those three things, can someone tell me what are the three things which Bollywood require? Entertainment. Second thing is entertainment, and entertainment. That is what even the part of Toastmasters meeting is. We, apart from the education thing, what we look out is for entertainment, and having a lot of fun. So by saying this, I pass on the baton to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar.
Thank you so much, presiding officer Toastmaster Swati. I was a bit late today, not because I wanted to, but there was a movie being made on me. It is called as A Series of Unfortunate Events. Just kidding. So the theme I chose as cinema, not because I wanted to, but last time I missed on pretty important stuff. So let's get back to it. First, we will have a small trivia. So let us start with it. Let's jog our memories. Can you guess this actor? This is the most versatile actor in the Bollywood as well as Hollywood. Any guesses? On the left one, to be specific.
Irfan Khan.
Exactly right, Irfan Khan. Now this one was easy. Let's make it more easy. Second one, can you guess this one?
It is Raj Kapoor.
Pretty close, but not Kapoor. This is also legendary actor of the Bollywood of all time. If you look at his smile, you will realize this is
Joker.
Rajesh Khanna.
no. It is Amrish Puri. Bit difficult to observe, but now I have said that it is easy to come. The third one, pretty easy. Am I right? Any guesses? From 50s and 60s. She is the most beautiful of all the time, Madhubala. Hope you guys have heard about her. If not, now this is the time. Now let's make it a bit difficult. Now the next one, you have to guess the person name as well as the character that person is doing.
Shashi Kapoor, Halaku.
No, pretty much older than it. So any guesses? I just know the character name. So name you have to guess. Anyone?
Prithviraj.
Exactly right. Prithviraj Kapoor dressed as Sikandar. This picture is taken in 1929, so pretty older, I guess. And the last one, this is the easiest one if you know, or the toughest one if you don't. Any guesses? On the right one, who is sitting? Okay, that person you have to guess. Or should I give a small hint?
Hint, please.
Once you extend your hand, you know which person is this. It's Na Tum Jano Na Hum, Shah Rukh Khan. I hope this one was pretty easy or difficult, as I said. With that, let us move on to the theme as well. Most of the people think the revolution of the movies in India started in the 19th century, and it is almost correct. The first film that was shown in India was in July 17, 1896 by Lumiere Brothers in Mumbai, and that brought the change in the industry in India. After that, the first movie was released, which was The Wrestlers in 1899. It was just a simple recording of a wrestling match that was screened, and that was considered as the first Bollywood, or we can say first Indian movie. The second one, which we all know, is Raja Harishchandra. This was India's first full-length movie, which was made by legendary Dadasaheb Phalke, who is also known as the father of Indian cinema. This was a silent film in Marathi, which means there were no sound. This is a small picture of that movie which I found on the internet. The third movie, which was the first sound film, this was Alam Ara, which was released in 1931. This movie was an important milestone in the creation of Indian culture because after that we followed many movies which had the sound effect. This was a small picture which I found. Not sure who were the actors. And independence. This was a game-changing era. The film industry took a great turn around 1947 because of the partition and so many things. And by the mid-50s, Satyajit Ray had made his debut in the Indian cinema. Those who don't know, he was the greatest director of all time for Indian film industry. Now the golden age. The year 1940 to 1960 is considered as the golden age of Indian cinema. There were great movies who were released in this era, including Pyasa, Mother Teresa, and the legendary ones. And after that, in year 1970, the term Bollywood was coined, and this was the emergence of the masala film genre. Now, what do you mean by masala? Any guesses? What does that masala stands for in the Bollywood movies? Okay, so the masala is there is romance, there is drama, there is action, there is vengeance, and this is the script that has been followed in year 1970s. That is always the protagonist who takes revenge from the other one, the villain one. And the year 1990 is considered as the new Bollywood because from the year 1990 and onward, we started following the Western approach and the Western society. And since that, it is considered as the new Bollywood. Now, let us get into the flow of the Toastmasters meeting. For the benefit of the guests, we have three sections. The first half will consider of two prepared speeches, which will be later evaluated by the evaluators. The second half will consist of the table topic session where guests as well as members are requested to participate in. And the third half, which is the heart of the Toastmaster meeting, is the evaluation, where members and the role players will present their reports, which will be followed by the moments of glory. Now, as we have the evaluators for the speaker, we also have the general evaluator for the meeting. So I would like to introduce the general evaluator for our meeting. By profession, he is a software engineer and he likes coding and solving Rubik cubes. So let us welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dave, for the warm welcome. Just like Batman needs Alfred, similarly, every Toastmaster needs their fellow Toastmaster. They will help them to improve themselves. In our Toastmaster meeting, there are also special people who will help us to improve our skill. Now, public speaking, it is the combination of multiple soft skills. First is the time management. Time is the essential skill of public speaking. To help us improve our timing skill and give a speech in proper time, as well as maintaining a meeting properly. We have a student by profession. He loves reading and tracking. Let us welcome Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Abhishek, and a very good morning to the presiding officer, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Toastmaster Vivek, the timer for today's meeting. And as a timer, it's my responsibility to keep track of every minute of the meeting, which includes prepared speeches and evaluations and all other role players. I will also indicate the timer cards at specific milestone of the speaker's speech. For example, when the speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I will change my background to green. When he reaches the exact midpoint of the time allotted, I will change my background to yellow. And when he reaches the maximum time allotted, I will change my background to red. However, a 30-second grace period will be given to all speakers to finish their speeches. And in case of the second speaker today, the green card will be shown at 15 minutes, the yellow card at 17 minutes, and the red card at 20 minutes. I will come with my report whenever called upon throughout the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for explaining your role perfectly. In our speaking, often we use as, and other filler words. These filler words decreases the quality of our speech. To help us improve our language skill and reduce those filler words, we have our presiding officer Toastmaster Swati. She is a senior tech analyst. She likes singing and dancing. Let us welcome Toastmaster Swati.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Abhishek, our general evaluator of the day. So, my job is to observe the whole through the meeting and to count the ahs, the ums, and the filler words or the crutch words used in the overall meeting. Like, for example, can someone tell me who is the flawless speaker in Bollywood these days? Who is the flawless speaker?
Amitabh Bachchan.
Amitabh Bachchan, that's very true. But whom can we call as the perfect flawless speaker?
Aryan, Karthik Aryan.
Yeah, right. Karthik Aryan for his speech in Pyar Ka Panchnama. Wow, there are no filler words, nothing, and he spoke for almost 5 minutes without any pauses or without any ums, and all that stuff. No matter in Bollywood, it is allowed to give the pauses like how Amir Khan does, and like how Shah Rukh Khan does, and like how Akshay Kumar does. But in Toastmasters meeting, only Karthik Aryan and, for example, Lakshman from the Ramayan serial are considered as the flawless speakers because they don't use any or any filler words. So let us see who is the flawless speaker for the day. And in order for the people to improve themselves, I'll come up with my report at the end of the meeting and will update you all. And we'll even update who is the flawless speaker of the meeting. And I already started doing my work, and counting starts with my own ahs, and filler words. So all the very best for each and every one of you to come up as the flawless speakers. And remember, no no be flawless and be limitless. So by saying this, I hand over the stage back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swati, for not only explaining your role, but also encouraging everyone to reduce their filler sounds. Thank you so much. Now, in Toastmasters, not only we increased our way of speaking using the right word, but also we also learned how to use them properly. Now, for the improving our English skill, we have our grammarian. Our grammarian today is the manager at Future Market Insight. She is multi-talented person. She is a good speaker. She is dancer. She is singer. Let us welcome our distinguished Toastmaster DTM Minal.
Good morning, everyone. Here I am as a grammarian for today. I am here with the word of the day and the phrase of the day. And along with that, I will also be marking the good usage of the language and not so good usage of the language, which could be incorporated in the next meeting, the corrected version of it. The word of the day is flummoxed, which means confused. I can exemplify it like majority of the Indian students who are 12th pass are flummoxed regarding their career choices. Second would be night is young, which would mean that it's never too late. It's not too late as yet. The latest example would be for the Indian team, the night is young if today's upset happens. That is if Afghanistan beats New Zealand. I will be ready with my report by the end of the meeting as the general evaluator calls up. And I would also encourage people to use the word of the day and phrase of the day. We can upload for them collectively during my report. I'll be marking those as well. So over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Minal. Now, in our communication, is not only speaking well it matters, but also listening well. For improving our listening skill, we have our presiding officer again, Toastmaster Swati, who will work as the active listener. She will listen, and at the end, she will come and help us to see how much we have listened to it. Now, let us welcome Toastmaster Swati, who will explain the role more deeply.
Thank you so very much to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek. So my job as the active listener would be to concentrate overall the meeting and to come up with 5 tricky and as well as easy questions to all of you. And let us see who listens really well. So keep catching and keep concentrating throughout the meeting. I'll come up with my questions at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Abhishek.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Swati, for again explaining your role. Now, let me explain my role. I am the general evaluator for this meeting. Just like there is individual evaluator for each speaker, similarly, there is a general evaluator for entire meeting. I will be observing the proceeding of the meeting, and at the second half, I will come on the stage and present my report along with all the other role players. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator and your team. So friends, let us begin with the first half of prepared speeches, where speaker will deliver their speeches. Every speech has its own specific time limit and certain fixed objective. That's why we call it as a project. The speaker one will be delivering her level 1 project speech from presentation mastery manual. The evaluator for speech is DTM Vinod. I would request DTM Vinod to read out the objectives of the speech.
Give me a second. Okay, my speaker is attempting a second speech after icebreaker, and she got a lot of feedbacks in the first speech. The objective of this speech is practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during club meeting. The other objective is the purpose of this speech is for member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech. Now, what are the objectives for the benefit of all the members? What are the feedback she got? She got that the speech is not in sequence. Number one, she could have given the examples in the speech. Number two, number three is voice modulation. Number four, pauses. And number five, last but not the least, message was not clear. So these feedback she got in the first speech, and she will apply all these feedback, and I am evaluator for that. Okay, thank you and all the best to my speaker.
Thank you so much, DTM Vinod. Our speaker is an IT professional and she loves watching movies and spending time with the kids. So let us welcome Toastmaster Ruchi. Toastmaster Ruchi, could you just check I think the video is a bit blurred, so could you check on it?
I don't know, there might be some issue with the camera. But the laptop is old, so there is an issue with some camera.
Okay, that is fine. You are clearly audible. Just the vision is a bit blurry, but that's completely fine. The title of the speech is Effective Communication, LOL. Listen, observe, and learn. Over to you, Toastmaster Ruchi.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And good morning, Madam President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. Effective communication, LOL. Listen, observe, and learn. There is a quote by William Butler, a Nobel Prize winner, that says, "Think wisely, but communicate in the language of people." That points to communicate in a very simple language and should be always focused toward the audience need. Have you all ever wondered that while CEOs, leaders, cricketers talk endlessly about effective communication? What is effective communication? And why do we have to give importance to effective communication? In a simple term, this is a soft skill, and it shows the ability of a person to work in a group. As an example, we can take example of different teams like family, then extended family, and then professional team. Like for family, goal could be to celebrate each special moment and celebration of cultural events, festivals, and for extended family, celebration of a marriage ceremony where 100 to 200 people are working with the harmony and enjoying the celebration. Similarly, for the professional team, where the entire team is working together, aligned together to understand the requirement and to meet the deadline. So effective communication shows the capability of a person to work in a team and to achieve the goal. And all of us, we are living in the highly competitive environment, and we know this environment required lifelong learning. And we have all of us has been gone through the education system, and we are well aware of the CGPA system, where our grade was decided by how our peers has also performed. Similarly, at our job place, we have been always evaluated with in comparison to our peers. So today's need is that if we want to be in the 20-25 percentile of our organization, then we have to come out of our comfort zone. We have to reskill ourselves, and that cycle has to continue till we are able to achieve our goal. And being honest, I have not given much importance to soft skill during my formative year of education. So I have not focused much on effective communication and in learning the art of story narration. And I thought that communication skill is more oriented and tethered on the auditory skill and the command over language, because English is a foreign language. Yeah, it is. But later on, I realized that effective communication also includes listening, observing, and knowing when to stop. I can recollect number of memories where I was so excited that I put my point in a business group without waiting someone to complete their speech. And this is rude as well as this is wrong. Active listening is an integral part of a communication. So active listening includes that we have to have focused thought, then we have to focus on each detail, and we have to also observe what the speaker is saying so that it will be easy for us to decode what he really means. As an example, I will share one of my experience. Last year, I went to one marriage, and then one lady came to me and asked me, Ruchi, you are looking pretty, as well as your sari is looking so beautiful. Then what does she really mean? The meaning could be in the different ways. First, she just means I could have it might be possible that I have a good choice of sari, that this sari could be still recognized after two years, or the lady could simply want some praise for herself, for her new sari, or for her new attire. So with the tone of the speaker, we can understand and we can align our thought with the speaker. And effective communication requires lots of discretion, and we have to have open mind, and whenever there is a possibility, we should network, because a simple piece of information can trigger a thought, and a thought can trigger some idea, and that can catapult our career. So we can conclude that active communication is most important to build or enhance our career. And active listening is an integral part of having an active communication. And for learning and active listening, we have to understand what speaker actually means. And whenever we have this quality, that with this quality, the listener will always respond, as well as they will listen what we are actually saying. So thanks all. Thank you, Toastmaster Master Chandrasekhar, and yeah, back to you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ruchi, for the amazing speech. I would request Tamer to give us a minute so that we can give feedback to Toastmaster Ruchi. We all can do that through private chat as well as WhatsApp. Tamer, do instruct me once 1 minute is done.
One minute is over.
Thank you so much, Tamer. Now this section is called as Did You Know section. Did you guys know Indian buys 2.7 billion movie tickets annually, the highest in the world? Let's move on to some other facts. Can you guys guess which movie poster is this? I know some of you are not able to read it because it is in Bengali, but just take a guess. This movie was not actually made, but it was made in Hindi. This is the original poster of the movie Anand. Do you guys know Anand was supposed to be made in Bengali with Raj Kapoor and Uttam Kumar, which was later made into the classic Anand with Amitabh Bachchan and Rajesh Khanna. The film was announced in 1962. However, it was later made into the Hindi film. And incidentally, Raj Kapoor used to address Rishikesh Mukherjee as Babu Mochai, and that's what added the character. The song Amay Proshno Karo was supposed to be the Bengali film, which was adapted in the Hindi version. Kahi dur jab din dhal jaye. I'm not that much of a good singer, but hope we'll listen to it more. Now let us move ahead to the second speaker. Our second speaker is attempting his level 4 project 2 from the dynamic leadership pathway. Because of some technical glitches, the evaluator for the speaker 2 is Toastmaster Jay. So I would request Toastmaster Jay to read out the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So our speaker 2, Toastmaster Venkatesh, will deliver a speech from Pathway Dynamic Leadership, Level 4, Project 2. Project title, Question and Answer Session. Speech title, Work from Home or Work from Office. Time limit 15 to 20 minutes, including question and answer. Now let us see the objectives. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about the practice facilitating a question answer session. Second, he has to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member is responsible for managing the time, so there is adequate opportunity for both topics. Thank you and best of luck to Toastmaster Venkatesh. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, evaluator Toastmaster Jay. Toastmaster Venkatesh is a product marketing professional and he loves watching cricket matches and listening to music. The title of the speech is Work from Home or Work from Office. Over to you, Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Am I clearly audible and visible?
Yes.
Thank you. Presiding Officer, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Very good morning. We have often seen the debate based on the user or the audience preferences, such as cat versus dog, cricket versus football, working out versus Netflix. Everyone has their own preferences. And there is a reason behind these preferences which vary from person to person. The preference comparison that has been taken over the entire corporate world by storm, especially in year 2020, is work from home versus work from office. Which working environment creates a most potential, the maximum potential of the worker or the organization? This debate has been around ever since the world has shifted towards the digital technology as its primary mode of consuming, with proponents on both the sides having the argument that the much sensible and a conflicting argument that says the work from home and the work from office to support that stance. Those who support work from home says that it has provided a much needed flexibility to their routine, whereas the supporters of work from office thought of school believes that the office environment creates an atmosphere to encourage their efforts and motivates and promotes them for a teamwork. However, this debate is no longer open to deliberations at present. Thanks to coronavirus pandemic, which gripped the world, work from home versus work from office, I would say this discussion is almost redundant because the former has moved to a norm for most of the companies. Now, the question being posed is which method to be adopted going forward. And today, I'm here to convey my thoughts by evaluating both the methods and its benefits and the drawback to provide a balanced perspective as to how future work culture would look like. To have a debate and to discuss the benefit and the drawback, let us start with the benefits of work from home. And we all know that the most of the scenarios have proven that the work from home is the most convenient and the most beneficial way or method of working to employer as well as the employee. Considering the time allotted for this speech, I would quickly walk through the major benefits and the major drawback of each methods. Couple of drawback and couple of benefits. The first benefit which I foresee of work from home is reduced or no commute. We all know that in India, almost most of the people are spending almost 2 hours daily in commuting to office and back to home. This time is totally a waste, unproductive time. Not only that, it gives a lot of exertion to us, and at the same time, we can't even spare that time either with the family nor with the work. The second part, the second benefit is work-life balance. We all know that when we are traveling to office, we are spending a lot of time. As if we start around 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning, we reach home back around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So we spend almost 12 hours or 14 hours for the work. So with which you can't even balance your work and the family life. So which could be done if you are working from home, because you can start at 9 o'clock. Before 9, you can spend with family, and after 6, you can spend time with family. And in between, if at all any such requirement comes, a personal requirement comes, you can fulfill that for a time being. Secondly, the third benefit which I see here is you save a money and a reduced carbon footprint. How you save a money? Since there is no commute, you save on your petrol expenses of your car to commute to the office. At the same time, organization also saves the money by reducing the electricity bill, the electricity which requires for electrifying buildings, the lift, the ACs, that gets reduced. The manpower which is required for housekeeping work, for a cleaning, the canteen staff, so everything gets reduced. So you save on money. The third thing is the reduce the carbon footprint. Since the number of vehicles on road are less, you are contributing less emission, less pollution. And in other words, you reduce the carbon footprint. Now, every side has got some disadvantages, some drawbacks. Similarly, the work from home has got certain limitations, certain drawbacks. The first drawback which I see is the ergonomics and the infrastructure. As I have seen that people have started working from home, they do not have the setup they required to work from home, and the setup such as uninterrupted power supply, you should have a good Wi-Fi connectivity, and the sitting arrangement. Most importantly, sitting arrangement, you should have a good chair. If not, then most of the people, 80% of the middle management or the lower management people are getting a back pain. They are suffering from a back pain. That is a bigger issue which I see. Now, secondly, the second disadvantage or the drawback is the teamwork or the organizational growth. The teamwork, the certain project cannot be discussed on online. We can see that we can arrange a meeting, but certain projects which are a confidential project where you need to discuss with your higher management need to have an in-person meeting. At the same time, if you are engaged with a shop floor people or a production people, then it requires face-to-face kind of meeting, which is not possible. So in nutshell, the teamwork is not possible if you are working from home. And the last one is the productivity trap. Since you are working from home, you feel it is much more flexible for you. You can work 8 hours today, you can work 16 hours tomorrow to complete your work. But I would say after a certain time, you get habituated and you feel like it's your routine, and you can procrastinate your work thinking that this can be done tomorrow because there is nobody to keep watch on you. So that possibility is quite there. Now, if I look at the benefits of working from office. So when we are working from office, that is the first and foremost benefit which I see is the communication. You can have an open communication with your teammates, your colleagues, your bosses, wherein you feel pretty relaxed. You get engaged with them. You can share your thoughts. You can have a network among yourself, which will feel yourself a little bit light and which can help you to improve your mental health. Secondly, from the management perspective, if we see, management always expect that somebody should be there in person. And when they see you in person, that confidence or trust will be totally different as compared to you working remotely, which shows that you are on the job, you are on the task, and you are helping them to build a trust to the entire organization, not only to the boss. That is the positive point. Now, moving on to the drawbacks, which I see working from office, is rigid organizational rules. Let's say you have to reach office by 9 a.m. and your commute time is fixed, your outgoing time is may not be fixed, you may have to extend, but those rules are so rigid that in case of any emergency, if you need to give certain time to your family or kid, you will not be able to. Even if it is really emergency, you will not be able to give time to your family. At the same time, either it's a rain or a sun, you have to be there in the office. Those rules are quite rigid and it is very difficult to break those rules. So you have the flexibility to work when you are working from home, which is not there while you are working in the working from office. And the last but not least, the disadvantage or the drawback which I see is the work environment. We often talk about the work culture, work environment. And when we are in the office, most of the time we see that the office culture, it is not always good for everyone. Some might feel that it is a lot of, torturing kind of environment wherein people feel that I shouldn't enter my gate. While entering the gate, people feel that, it's totally boring. I should not. When such environment is there and people, the high pressure environment is there, which is not in favorable of employee, in such cases, you can avoid that by working from home. So these are the major advantages and disadvantages which I foresee in working from home and the working from office. Now, with this, these are the couple of advantages and the drawbacks which I have covered. With this, I would like to conclude my speech, and I request all to raise your question. If you have any question, please try to raise, and I will answer your question. I will try to answer your question to my knowledge best of my knowledge.
I request Toastmaster Abhishek, go ahead with your question.
Yes, those also Venkatesh. So now we have seen that during the lockdown period, the company has got benefit from their infrastructure. They have reduced the number of staff and the AC and all. But at the same time, right now, because the pandemic had reduced, the virus has reduced, they have started opening up. They have started calling people to their office premises. So what do you think it is beneficial for the employer? It is working from home or working from office as an economic? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. A good question by Toastmaster Abhishek. As you said, we have seen that I have personally witnessed my organization has saved a lot of money in the infrastructure, especially the electricity bill and the housekeeping manpower, the canteen facility. So now, since they are opening this cost, they need to consider. Of course, this will be slightly, when you think about the caps, definitely this will be covered in their capex, okay, before they call employee to start at the work. So there will be some limitation if you look at those expenses which were not there when employee were working from home. So now the employee will resume work, those expenses will come into picture, and of course the employer has to consider those expenses.
Toastmaster, yes, you can go ahead.
May I go ahead? Yeah, Pradeep, please go ahead. After you, I will.
Yes, Toastmaster Venkatesh, just now we have mentioned that if the employees are working from the home, so with respect to that, organization are getting benefited like electricity bills and the housekeeping persons are not coming. But in the other side, you can see in the dark side of this one, you can see that because of this only household person, those who are working for housekeeping, they are unemployed and they are not getting paid. So what are the alternative that government has to plan for them? to curb such issues?
Yeah, of course. Thanks. And a good question raised by you. The unemployment is getting, increased day by day with such issues, and we have seen that people have impacted with a small scale industry. So for this, I would say the government is working out. They have given certain funds to people who got employed or who got affected with the pandemic. But having said that, now you can see a tremendous rise in the employment. There are recruiters are behind and searching such manpower. So definitely these people will ask for certain compensation, which they couldn't, the loss which they had during the pandemic. And of course, those wages will be much higher. If you believe me that those wages will not be same as compared to the before pandemic. Those will be slightly higher, and people can understand that that has to be paid to them.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toastmaster Jay.
Yeah, thank you. So let us consider there are 15 engineers working directly for US or Japan. Today or earlier, level 5 manager or senior manager, they are taking care for them. Now, there is no any need for them because the engineer can directly work with the Japan and other countries, and there is no any interaction required from the boss. So in this case, there will be a case where that manager could see my job is in risk because my presence is nowhere required. Everything is happening online. All approvals, all discussions, everything is online. Then why we need these managers? We can we fire them and save cost?
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. A good question. See, as if I see that there was a business has come down during the pandemic, but now the economy is improving. We have seen the sign, and when the economy is improving, most of the company has started recruiting people. Now, what you see is the higher management or the manager who you felt like idle for some time may not remain idle for a longer run, because company always think from a longer run. He may remain idle for 6 months or 1 year, but now he will be allotted some more work. If not managing those people, that is the one particular assignment was given to him. Now probably they are independent, and he has given those assignment independently to those people. Then probably he will be assigned some other job. He will be utilized in the company for some other assignment, a bigger initiative, not the smaller one, if it is standardized and streamlined with his subordinates. Thank you. Hope I have answered your question. And the last question, distinguished Toastmaster Vinod. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Toastmaster Venkatesh, now you have experience to work from office for many years, and you have experience of 1.5 years to work from home. What do you suggest? What is good? Whether it is work from home is good or work from office is good?
Very good question, sir. Work from home and work from office. If the answer, you have just come to the answer, and if you ask me the answer, I would say answer lies within. It should be a balance, a 3 days work from office and 2 days work from home. And why so? Because I have personally faced that there are certain challenges, certain problems which you may come across, that is a mental health, then also a physical health. I'm extending my hours, which is 12 hours, 14 hours every day. And because of which last year I suffered through a heavy deficiency of vitamin D3 because I was not getting enough exposure of early sunlight. So if you compare this problem, this can be eliminated if we visit to office. At the same time, we can feel mentally fresh or healthy while sharing our thoughts with our colleagues and making new friends. So that will be beneficial. But of course, 2 days are required. If we can give 2 days for employees to work from home, probably they can focus with their personal problems, and they can balance the work and life. So that is quite possible. Hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Venkatesh,
Yeah.
can I ask one last question, or if the
Sure,
time
sure.
permits?
Sure,
Uh,
of course.
See, now especially the people who are working from home, they work as per their convenience. Like for example, if they're free in the morning, they try to close their tasks in the morning. If they're free in the evening time, they try to close the task in the evening time, or whatever they are. They try to meet the deadlines on time. Can this be possible if we are working from home? Because right now, I think the management is also very satisfied with the way the targets and everything are being met. So, what would you suggest?
Yeah, of course. Since you are saying that, as I said, again, I'm repeating the same thing. It has to be a balanced one, working from office as well as, so you can complete those tasks as per your wish. Either you complete it at the in the office, or you complete it at home. See, it is your wish, because 3 days at office and 2 days at home. So probably based on your workload, you can complete it. And those assignment can be completed today or maybe tomorrow, worst case 24 hours or 48 hours, we all get to complete our task. So that is how I suggest to complete those tasks, to make it balanced, work from home and the work from office culture. Thank you. With this, I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Let us pause for 30 seconds so that we can give feedback to speaker 2. Please do it through the personal chat or through the WhatsApp. Timer, do instruct me once 30 seconds are done.
Yes, 30 seconds are over.
Thank you so much, Timer Vivek. Can we have the report now, and whether both the speakers are qualified for the voting?
Yeah. So the first speaker, Toastmaster Ruchi, took 7 minutes and 15 seconds. And the second speaker, Toastmaster Venkatesh, took 21 minutes and 7 seconds. So I think only Toastmaster Ruchi has qualified for the poll.
Got it. So in that case, we won't be having the polling as there is only one speaker. Now the time is 12:03, and let us have a short break of 5 minutes, and we will be back at 12:07. So let us continue with the session. Let us have a small guessing game. Can you guess who is this person?
Bhim.
Yes, absolutely right. Can we know the name? What is the name of the person playing the character of Bhim?
Cannot connect.
No worries.
He's a wrestler, right?
Pretty close. So the actor was Praveen Kumar Sopti, popularly known as Bhim of Mahabharata. He has won 2 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze medal at 1966, 1970, and 1974 at Asian Games in discus throw and hammer throw. I wasn't knowing that. Also, did you guys know Raj Kapoor's movie Mera Naam Joker was the first Hindi movie to have 2 intervals? Let us throw some more facts. Wahida Rahman played both mother and lover to Amitabh Bachchan. She played the love interest in Digvi's Adalat movie in 1976 and the mother in the movie Trishul in 1978 in just span of 2 years. Quite a big change. This was one of the interesting facts that I got to know. The film Lagan by Amir Khan has the most number of British actors playing a significant role in the entire history of Bollywood movie cinema till date. No other movie has that many British characters till date. And Dilip Kumar has won the most award as the best actor with 8 awards spanning over 3 decades. No other actor has even gone through above 5. With that, let us move ahead to the next session, which is we called as the table topic session. To have the table topic session, we have someone who is a supply quality engineer by profession. He loves watching movies. Let us welcome Toastmaster Pradeep, the table topic master for today's meeting.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes, Toastmaster Pradeep.
Hello. Yeah, I'll begin my addressing by just saying Prithviraj Kapoor words to his son, legendary actor and showman of Indian film industry, Raj Kapoor. बेटे जब तुम नीचे दर्जे से शुरू करोगे तो all दर्जे तक जाओगे. That means once you start from the down level, you will go to the apex. That was the saying of Prithviraj Kapoor to his son, Raj Kapoor. Okay, so good afternoon, Madam President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I am Toastmaster Pradeep, table topic master for the 358th chapter meeting of Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest. So why this table topic session is conducted? So it is provide the opportunity to everyone who is present in the meeting to speak, and it is used to develop to think on your feet and speak impromptu. So certain rules has to be followed while speaking. So the time allotted for any speaker is to 1 to 2 minutes. That one minute is the minimum time. If somebody is qualifying for minimum time, then only he will be taken for the nomination for the voting. And in 1 minute, our timer Toastmaster Vivek will show the timer card as a green, and 1.5 minutes he will show the card as a yellow, and at 2 minutes he will show the timer card as red, and at another 30 minutes grace period would be given to the speaker to conclude his speech. Okay, and after that buzzer sound will be played. So the first nomination has come from Harshada, guest Harshada. So I would like to give some topic to her. So first topic to her is nepotism. After the demise of like Bollywood actor Siddharth Singh, what was his name? Siddharth. Yeah.
Sushant
Singh Rajput.
Sushant
Singh Rajput.
Yeah, that Sushant Singh Rajput. The one word that nepotism was very famous. And so Harshda, do you believe nepotism is only present in Bollywood industry or it is present in other industry also? It's Toastmaster Harshda, nepotism.
I think till the last generation, till our parents' generation, we would have seen that a doctor's kid becomes a doctor and continues with the hospital, or we would have seen a lawyer's kid becomes a lawyer and carries over the experience and wisdom his father would have gotten. Alongside the nepotism word came in very much fame when we saw similar cases happening, and I think they were not considered nepotism as long as people were becoming successful. So as long as the child is becoming successful, it was not considered nepotism. Like we were speaking of Raj Kapoor Sahab, he wasn't considered a product of nepotism in spite of his father being from the same industry. But I think the word nepotism has a negative connotation. The reason being, it is not just about the kid. I mean, it is majorly about the kid getting a chance to work in that industry without the audience's judgment or without proving that person, proving themselves, which usually is the struggle for a lot of people. For example, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, for that matter, he started with side roles, and it took him more than a decade's time to reach a place where he can be recognized in a movie as a person, right? But it wasn't the case for a lot of star kids. They directly started, they debuted their movies as a lead character. So that is where I think the main issue is. But I think as audience, we get to do the justice. Let's not watch movies, or let's not go for a movie wherein we don't really like the actors, we don't really like the storylines. So in the end, as they say, Janta Janardan, we get to choose what we can do with nepotism. Thank you, and over to table topic master.
Thank you, Harshada. What a great explanation. It was crystal clear to everyone. So anyone else who would prefer to go for next? Any nomination? I am not seeing. Yes, it's a general evaluator for today's meeting. So Toastmaster Abhishek. So my second question would be, let us suppose that Toastmaster Club of Pune Northwest is going to produce and make a movie of Sole, all-time Indian movie favorite. I believe that you would have heard the name of movie Sole. Yes. So which role would you prefer to play in the Sole movie?
Well, from the solo movie, there are so many different roles that everyone love to enjoy. But I think the most iconic and most popular was the Gabbar Singh, as we all know. The movie was initially, everyone thought that it is going to be flop because the Gabbar Singh, the villain, he was actually a comedian, not a villain. Every time he come on the stage, people will start laughing instead of fearing them. And this is not common. But after some time, when they realize that it is not always about scaring, it is also about the quality, the way we explain, the way we create some innovation in our way of communicating, that changes people's mindset, that changes the history of the Sole as we know. So I think my favorite role is Sole, is the Gabbar Singh in the Sole movie. So I would love to do that. In fact, if I tell you, when I was growing up, me and my friends, we practiced the Gabbar Singh dialogue every time. I mean, every opportunity that we got. Someone will act as the Kalia, someone will act as a Gabbar Singh, someone will do some different role, and we will show gun to each other. We will splash some stick to each other, and with that we used to practice. So I think I would like to go with that.
Thank you, General Evaluator Abhishek. कितने आदमी थे? So next nomination. Okay.
Pradeep, you can go for guest.
Okay. So guest Namrata, would you like to go for the next table topic? Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Today is my first day. So is it okay to only listen now?
Okay, thank you. No issue.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so next, just now, okay, Muniz has waved up his hand. So my next topic is in the Bollywood, whenever some bold actress, they are getting interviewed. So what the interviewer, what the question they will ask, so what they will reply, like जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. This is whatever that shows that will be sold. So what is your observation and what is your point for this one? जो दिखता है वो बिकता है.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, Muniz.
Okay. So this is a theory in the Bollywood movies that जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. It is somewhat true also for many people. For many movies, people go by trailer, and in that trailers there are some scenes that encourage people to watch that movie. That the glamour is there, and there are many kind of scenes that make people go in that movie. And from the movie point of view, from the earning point of view, yes, they are getting many audience. But when people get mature, if we are a good movie watcher, if you like movies, then these things don't matter. The things that will eventually matter is the movie, the story in the movie, the acting of the actors, and all the screenplays. And this is kind of an art that you will eventually like, and you will actually appreciate. So for a good audience, it is important to watch good stuff, to learn about the art, to seek the art, and to finally appreciate that art. Because if you will appreciate that art, people with good art, good artists will come forward. And if we just go with the trailers, if we go to the entertainment part, and in which there is no storyline and no good acting, only there are weird scenes and weird things that can give us some pleasure to watch, but eventually the purpose is not met. So I would say that these things are there. जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, but it is the responsibility of the audience also to watch what kind of stuff they want to watch and what kind of stuff they want to see more. And it can be an educational part also. So I would say that it depends upon the audience that what they watch, and finally that kind of movies will come will be more late. Thank you, Nobody.
Thank you, Manish, for such a nice explanation for जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So next, who would like to go? It's TMOD, Postmaster Chandrasekhar.
I think I have spoken a lot. You can take any other Toastmaster. There is Sham Lee and others are also there.
Timer, do you have time?
Yeah, you can take 2 more topics.
Okay, so Toastmaster Anjali, Ruchi. Okay, Toastmaster Ruchi wanted to go for next question. So which medium movie would you like to prefer? Would you like to watch a movie in theater or on OTT, like over the top platform, and why?
Hello,
Is it clear?
No, I have not got the question correct. Yeah.
Through which medium, like, would you like to go to watch a movie in a theater or OTT platform, like over the top platform, like mobile, tablets, and laptops?
Yeah. Thank you, Pradeep. And I would like to watch a movie in theater if I will have given an option and both are of the same price or cost. And then I will surely like to watch in the theater because at theater experience is different. There is a sound effect and the screen is big, and I can see that the movie which I watched in theater, I can easily remember them. And at mobile or on TV, I have also watched many of movies, but it is not as I'm unable to remember. Is it as same in the same manner as I'm able to remember the movies which I have watched on the screen? So watching a movie at theaters gives us a different experience, gives us a different memory, and yeah, it's a really different the way they happen. Means it looks like reality, means we are more close and we are more involved in the movie when we are watching movie at theaters. And also there is sound effect movies. So really it is always a good choice to watch movie at theater as compared to watching on mobile or on TV. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchi, for such a nice your views about watching a movie over theater. So any other TMOD, do you have time? Time is permitting us for going for next topic.
Yes, you can take one more, I believe.
Any volunteer nominations for next topic?
Yeah, Toastmaster Shamli has raised her hand.
Okay. Hello. 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 Yes, Toastmaster Shamli, next topic to you. Let us suppose that you are meeting a star, Bollywood star. So what would be your question to the Bollywood star, and what would you like to know about him? Hello.
Yeah. So suppose I will, if I get the chance to meet Bollywood stars, then first of all, I will take autograph because we get the information about them from various sources. And also I will take a picture. Mm, and I will discuss about how they are feeling having such I mean how they are feeling having all the things and popularity. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Samli, for your keeping your views here. Okay, it's then over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chanskan. Thank you everyone for participating in the table topic session.
Thank you so much, table topic master, for such an interesting table topic session. Now the time is 12:25, and let us move ahead with a small session of, we can say, guessing the movie. It will just take a minute. So can you guess which movie is this?
Ajay Devgan's movie it was.
Yeah, it's Ajay Devgan. Yeah, it is. This one is Phool Aur Kaate by Ajay Devgan, the famous iconic pose. Which one is this?
Amir Khan.
पापा कहते हैं आमिर
हाँ,
खान
आमिर खान मूवी पापा कहते बड़ा नाम करेगा. The movie name is कयामत से कयामत तक. This is easy one.
Mary Kom.
Mary Kom by Priyanka Chopra. Absolutely right. This is also easy one. If you guys have seen the most iconic dress.
Hrithik Roshan.
Rockstar.
This is Rockstar. Nadan Parinde.
I said it.
Thank you. This is Bhool Bhulaiya. I am not sure which was the song. I was not able to read it. But yeah, this is Bhool Bhulaiya. Now this one is not a movie, but you guys can know it.
Scam 92.
Scam 1992.
Scam.
Absolutely right.
Scam 1992.
Exactly right. Now with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Hello, am I audible clearly? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar and everyone. That was a really energetic meeting today that we had. Now let us move on to see how well we have performed in our meeting and how we can improve ourselves. So first, let us start with our speakers. So speaker will be evaluated by our evaluator. They will give their suggestion to them, and later point of time, the speaker can use those skills in their future speeches. And it is not for only the speakers, the suggestions. These are also for all of us in our meeting. All the evaluation that is given to us, given to the speaker by the evaluator, we can use in our own speeches as well. So first speak evaluator, let us welcome Toastmaster Jay, who will give his evaluation. Toastmaster Jay, the stage is yours. Hello?
I think there must be some issue. We can first go ahead with DTM Vinod.
Okay, sure. So the first speaker, Toastmaster Suruchi, her speech will be evaluated by DTM Vinod. DTM Vinod, the stage is yours. You can take ahead and give your suggestion and also what are the things that the Toastmaster Suruchi has done well. The stage is yours.
Since we are in filmy mood today, so I will evaluate this Ruchi's speech in a filmy mood, right? Filmy mood. So my Ruchi chose the topic, spoke about effective communication. A good topic selection because we all are here to communicate effectively. And she started with the quote, and she started also with the law: listen, observe, and learn. So that brings the more attentiveness from the audience. The sequence, she also gave examples of family and extended family and professional team, and also marriage. So also she gave the examples also, and a great message concluding that communication is the most important and integral part of our life. So 3 objectives is met effectively. 2 objectives which are not met is a voice modulation. Now, for example, we are seeing Sholay movie, and Gabbar is asking Samba, अरे ओ Samba, कितने आदमी थे, फिर भी खाली हुआ था, आप वापस आ पाए, क्या समझे थे? This is also a voice modulation needed. अरे ओ Samba, कितने आदमी थे? Right? This is about the filming. About your speech, you could have spoke about voice modulation. We are living in a competitive environment. We need to come out of comfort zone. So these voice modulation could have been used in your speech. Pauses. Yes, pauses are very important. Suppose now Dharmendra says Basanti. Basanti, इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाच, गब्बर सिंह मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगा. So when there are no pauses and the speech is flat, then what will audience understand? Basanti, इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाच, मैं खून पी जाऊंगा. Now whether Dharmendra want to drink this blood of Basanti or Gabbar Singh. So few words can be missed. In your case, in your speech, it could have been, we are working in a group, example of different types, different team. So pauses, you could have used the pauses in that case. Other than the third recommendation I wanted to give is a preparation. When a speaker is not prepared, speaker is nervous, and speaker is moving, come forward, backward, unnecessarily without any purpose, right? So this what I have observed. So overall, a great speech sequence was there. Examples you used also a great message, voice modulation we need. We also need the pauses with the great preparation so that you can deliver and take your speech in the next level. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinod.
Thank you so much, DTM Vinod, for the class evaluation. So now let us move on to our next evaluator, Toastmaster Jay, who will evaluate Toastmaster Venkatesh's speech. Toastmaster Jay, are you ready?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so the stage is yours.
Perfect. Thank you. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Venkatesh. First, congratulations for you. You have delivered a 15 to 20 minutes long speech. Normally, people never choose it. Reason being, it's really very difficult to manage the 20 minutes. It's not a joke. What I like the most, yes, the topic. The topic was very well connected. Even I'm working as a work from home from my last 1.5 years, or I think maybe more. So it's connected to me. Second, you have given us the chance to ask the question. That is also a nice point. Definitely it's a part of objective, but you specially to care for this one. And you have given us the sufficient time to ask the questions. Great job. Objectives. Yes, all objectives are met. Perfect. Kudos to you. Lot of goody points. But now let's go ahead with some recommendation points. So I have 3 recommendations for you. What are these 3 recommendations? Number 1, you said 80% of members feel back pain. Yes. How you know about it? How you know? Have you read somewhere? If you read, where is the facts and figures? So you have to let us know the supporting data. What if you are giving a number? If you are sharing your perspective, it's fine. But if you are giving any facts and figures, then we need the source of it, as we are doing in research and presenting. Second, add humor. You could say, we are doing a business meeting, our CEO, chairman, everyone is sitting, and suddenly the gas cooker city whistle is blowing, zoom. That could add humor in it. What are the good and bad points in that one? Third, engaging audience. Yes, in the question and answer round, definitely it was to engage each and every one. However, in the speech, you could ask, how many of you are doing the work from home or preferring the work from home? You could ask us, but engagement was little bit missing. So if I summarize all the points, if we are saying, if you are giving any facts and figures, then we have to let us know the source of it. Second, find the opportunities where we could fix some humor in it. Otherwise, 20 minutes speech could be a boring one. Third, engaging humor. Oh, sorry, audience. The audience we have to engage from the start till the end. Just work on these points and definitely your speech will rock. So nice crafted, nice delivered speech. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jay, for the nice evaluation, and I agree with the points. So let us see the timing report. Toastmaster Vivek, can you tell us the timing of both the evaluators?
Yes, thank you very much, General Evaluator. The first evaluator took exact 3 minutes, and the second evaluator took 3 minutes 20 seconds. So both of them qualify for the poll.
Okay, thank you so much for the timing report. Zoom Master, are you ready with the poll? Okay, I think we have received all the polls. Okay, thank you so much, Zoom Master, for launching the poll. So let me start with the evaluation of our evaluator first, so that it will go in the sequence. DTM Vinod, your evaluation was really nice, and I agree with all the points that you have given. Also, I really like that during the first introduction of the speaker, you told what are the objective of the speech. Objective means in the last speech, what are the recommendations the speaker one Toastmaster Ruchi got, and what are the things he need to do in the current speech. So that was really nice in the part, and I would suggest all of us to follow this whenever we are evaluating evaluation feedback speech. And also during the evaluation, you not only explained what are the good things she had done and what are the improvements she could have made. Also, you also gave the suggestion. You practically shown her, and this is also recommended in the evaluation, to practically show how to use them so that the speaker can better utilize them. There are two recommendations from my side for you. First is you could have given the more encouragement in the initial part about what are the good things she has done. And second thing was the objective for her speech right now was what are the things, I mean, the suggestion she needed to use those suggestions in the first speech. You could have spoken more on whether she has met the objective or not, and if so, what are the things she had done well, and what are the things she still need improvement on. So this is two recommendation. And Toastmaster Jay, your evaluation was also really nice, Chris. You also given what are the CRC, you have followed the CRC approach. You have given your suggestion. Your suggestion was, your speech was really encouraging to the speaker. So there is no recommendation from my side to you. So let us now move on to our next role player, the grammarian for today's meeting. DTM Minal, the stage is yours to give out the grammarian report and how we can improve our linguistic skill.
Hello, everyone. Here I am again as a grammarian for the day. Today, I didn't find much uses of the word of the day and the phrase of the day. Never mind, you can add it to your vocabulary and use it from the next time onwards. Regarding the good usage, there were many good usages of English today, right? Procrastination, everything was goody-goody, someone was excited, someone was on cloud nine. It was really great. And as far as the bad usage of, is not so good usage of English is concerned, I won't say there was much deviation over there, because everyone was adhering to the Grammarly rules that were being laid down. since time immemorial. So I would just like to give a tip of the day that when word of the day and phrase of the day are being introduced, it is encouraged to use them in abundance, so that next time onwards, when you have to teach someone to use those words, something good can result out of it. So when a grammarian takes efforts to put on the word of the day and phrase of the day, it is not meant only to just listen and live it just like that. Even in the today's entire meeting, there were many chances for using these words, which I guess it would have added to your speech. It would have added to the entire aura that you would have created around your speech. Well, otherwise the vocabulary was amazing. Other words, that's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Minal, for your evaluation. And I would like to say that you are the savior for today's meeting for taking up the grammarian role very fast. And also I would like to say, Toastmaster Jay, you are also savior for today's meeting. Thank you to both of you for taking the role so fast. And also the good thing was you took the role in the last moment. Also at the end, you have encouraged everyone to use the word of the day and phrase of the day. I think one additional thing you could have done is that post it in the group itself, in the chat of our speaker, or ask few people to use them at the beginning. But otherwise, the role was great, and I love that you encourage everyone to use them. So let's now move on to our R counter. So our counter, Toastmaster Swati, the stage is yours.
Thank you so very much, General Evaluator. Let me know once my screen is ready so that I can share the R counter report. Yeah, can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Perfect. So let me just first start with applauding our flawless speakers today. That is Toastmaster Jay, both as Sergeant at Arms and as Evaluator 2 was flawless. Then our TMOD, Toastmaster Chandra, has also been flawless with no anything. And in fact, it's a commendable thing. I would call it almost flawless because he used only 3 well and 2 but. And apart from that, let me just read out the flawless speakers. Toastmaster Vivek has been flawless as a timer, though his limitations on the stage was quite low. But still then, being flawless as a timer is again a commendable job. And when it comes to the role players, I think Toastmaster Meenal has also been flawless as a grammarian. And Toastmaster Vivek has been flawless. Toastmaster Harshida as a table topic speaker has been flawless. Then guest Munish as a table topic speaker has been flawless. And the table topic master, Toastmaster Pradeep, has been flawless. Now let us go through the entire report. That is Toastmaster Abhishek, a general evaluator, used 2 times a, and Toastmaster Meenal has used 1 time a, and Toastmaster of the day has used 3 times well and 1 times but. And Toastmaster Vivek is flawless, and Toastmaster Vinod. Yes, Toastmaster Vinod as an evaluator used 2 times a, 1 time an, and his most commonly used word or repetitive word has been also. And Toastmaster Ruchi has used 2 times a and 2 times And Toastmaster Jay has already said has been flawless in both the roles. And Toastmaster Abhishek, a general evaluator, has used 3 times a. So that's it from my end. And all congratulations to all the flawless speakers. And over to you, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swati, for giving the report of the R counter, and it is very nice, this report explaining all the R's and Ums and every single filler sounds that we have used in the meeting. Thank you so much for the report for today's meeting. Now I would like to again introduce Toastmaster Swati for the active listener role for today's meeting, and let us see how well we have listened to this meeting and how good we are in that. Toastmaster Swati, again the stage is yours.
Perfect. So let me just start with one of the quizzes with our Toastmaster of the day has put forward. So whom did Raj Kapoor used to call as Babu Moshe? Am I audible? Are people still thinking like what the answer is?
Amrish Puri.
Whom, let me just repeat, whom actor Raj Kapoor used to call as Babu Moshai. And the clue is he's a Bengali, he's Bengali.
Satyajit Ray.
Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, correct me if I'm not right. It is Rishikesh Mukherjee. Is it right?
Yeah, it is right.
Toastmaster
Rishikesh Mukherjee, Babu Moshai.
Perfect. So I did my job really well. I could get one question where nobody can answer. So in Toastmaster Ruchi's speech, when she was in a wedding, what was the appreciation or what was the compliment she got?
She was looking really pretty and her sari was also very good.
Perfect, perfect. And when it comes to, let me just go ahead. Yeah. How many movie tickets are being sold in the Bollywood industry?
$2 billion.
2, okay. It's pretty much it's closer. Let me just tell you, it is 2 to 7 billion tickets. And Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, if you can correct me, it is per year. Is it right?
Right.
Perfect. And in Toastmasters Venkatesh Q&A questions, like what was his suggestion he gave in order to neutralize the work from home as work from and even work from office? What was the best suggestion, or how did he conclude his Q&A session? What was the final resolution?
Balancing between work from home and work from office, like 3 days work from office and 2 days work from home.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. And that's it from mine. I think I covered all the portions. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swati, for conducting such a nice session of our counter and active listener. And I think we still need to improve a lot on active listening part from ourselves. Thank you so much. Now let me go ahead with the general evaluation report and what are the things we have done good in our meeting. So let us start with the first role play. Hajaratam Toastmaster Jay. Toastmaster Jay, as usual, you have really started the meeting with energy, your enthusiasm. I also loved that you talk and communicate with the audience. You ask them question, and this is really essential in the public speaking. Everyone encouraged to communicate with the audience because it is easier to lose focus as an audience. So great job done on your part. Also, the roles you have explained, that is really nice. I think we have started 1 minute late because we are waiting for the role players, but that is okay. We have also introduced the guest in today's meeting. Well job done from your part. Next is our presiding officer, Toastmaster Swati. As usual, you are also energetic in the presiding officer address. I also love that you talk to our audience as well. Both of the part of Toastmaster Jay and Toastmaster Swati is that they kept on the theme in their mind while giving their speeches. So great job done on your part. And I also love that you checked whether we have some new guests in our meeting or not. So that is also commendable from your part. Great job, Toastmaster Swati, as a presiding officer. Now let's move on to our Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, also as a BP Education, our meeting. So this is a really challenging task in current time when we have the festival season, but you have managed to communicate with our members and gather the role player speakers. So great job on your part. Also, you have started the meeting with energy. You have filled with the question and answers, different question and answer session in our meeting. You were keeping in mind the theme as well. We can still see that you have kept the background. So great job done your part. I think the timing check, it was left in the meeting. You can put it in between the meeting. It will help us to know whether we are right on time or not. Also, it will help the Toastmaster of the day to know whether they are going in the right track or not. Other than that, the role was well played. Great job, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, from your part. Table topic session, it was also really nice. And Pradeep, you have explained the rule of the Toastmaster table topic session. That was really nice. There are a few recommendations I would like to give you is that first of all, you start with a Toastmaster because it will set the environment of the session, and also guests will get to know how to do the table topic session, how to speak there in 1 to 2 minutes. And after that, you can encourage the guest to speak. And I also loved in your part that you have encouraged the guest to speak in the meeting. So that is the commendable job from your part. Also, the topic were related to the theme, and that were really nice to use. Also interesting, some of them interesting. All of them are interesting. So I loved it. Great job done your part as a table topic master. So and other than that, I think one more role player that we sometimes miss to acknowledge is the Zoom master. They work in the background, but today's Zoom master role, that was also really nice. You have spotlighted people, you have asked to unmute our microphone, and you have published what are the polls and all. So that was also great job on your part. And that is all from my report. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. And let us move on to some interesting fact that I wanted to share. And as I see, I do have time. This is bit of important. 90%. Today, over 90% of the films around the world made before 1929 are lost forever. Around 1700 silent films were made in India from 1899 to 1931. Out of which the National Film Archive of India, Pune, has only 5 or 6 complete films and less than a dozen in some fragments. Also, by 1950, we lost 70 to 80% of the films made in India, including the first talkie film Alam Ara, the poster which we have showed. Even Madras industry only kept one movie, which is Marthanda Verma, which survives today. We have failed to preserve many of our recently released films also. The original negatives of the film, such as Kayamat Se Kayamat Tak, Talabdi, Khamoshi, Black Friday, are also not known to exist anymore. For more than a century, films have played an important role in not only in entertaining viewers through the art of visual storytelling, but also more significantly educating them about the history of our people, their society, and the country. The only way the younger generation and the future generation can enjoy the old gems of Indian cinema is through the awareness and access. The night is still young. With that, I would like to hand over the stage to our presiding officer for further proceeding and the polling.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, Toastmaster of the Day, for the fabulous concept of the Bollywood theme and for making the meeting so very entertaining. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Chandrasekhar and all the role players who made the meeting happen today in spite of being a festival week. And apart from that, being the president, there is nothing new if I'm appreciating the meeting. So let us get to our guests, like how did they enjoy the meeting? So do we have guests? I think Namrata is there. So Namrata, how did you like the overall meeting?
Yeah, so ma'am, it is my first day. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So it's my first day and I really enjoyed all the things and the annual cinema theme also. And that's it. That's it.
Thank you so very much, Namrata, for that kind words. And now can we have guest Munish if he is still available in the meeting, if the Zoom master can confirm. Or let me just quickly check.
I don't think he is here. We can further go.
Right. Yes, Munish is not available. So let's, I think VP membership is already in contact with Munish. So I hope our VP membership would take up the guest briefing. And Namrata, you can just stay back after the meeting for a few minutes so that our VP membership can brief you up, like what else is available or what are the other advantages of being a Toastmaster. And as we would love to see you as being part of us as you enjoyed today's meeting. So thank you, Namrata. Thank you for that kind words. And I think we can have the polls now for the best auxiliary role player as well as for the best role player, best main role player. Zoom Master, can we have the polls?
Mayur, could you launch the poll? I am not able to see the option.
Chandra, I have made you host. Can you check now?
Yeah, it says you are logged in from another device. Your polling session is inactive. Let me check.
And in the meantime, like our Zoom Master as well as VP Education checks for the polls, I would like to say, like as discussed last week, related to our XCOM elections, the nominations have been open, and I did drop an email with the related to all the details related to what are the roles you can apply for and what are the roles and who are the members of our election committee, that is Toastmaster Jay and distinguished Toastmaster Vinod. So while replying to the email or while nominating for the role, please do respond back only to the committee members as well as to the election chair, that is myself. And we would like to see a lot of nominations and a lot of enthusiasm while nominating yourself for the roles. XCOM term would end in December 31st, but prior to that, we need to set our XCOM, new XCOM budding team on roll, and we need to keep them in action, and the knowledge transfer would gather. So please do push in your nominations and keep rushing through. The nominations can be given only through mailer, so please take care of that and please do nominate yourself. And November 17th would be the last date for the nomination. So try to make a quicker decision and try to put in your nominations. And secondly, you can even go for the on-floor nominations or on-floor this thing also. But it would be great if you can put in your nominations further so that you can be all well prepared for your roles. And for any queries, you can contact the nomination committee as well as to myself. We will always be available to address your queries. So I think the voting is ready. So let us vote for the auxiliary role players first.
I'm not sure. I'm not able to launch the poll. Toastmaster Abhishek, could you check it? I'm still getting that option of logged in from another device.
I think it's already launched, Toastmaster Chandra.
It's already launched and submitted.
Got it.
Perfect. So as
Okay,
I was saying, I'm looking forward for the new XCOM team to be formed, and we are all excited to see the nominations. And as soon as you give your nomination, the interview process would start on quickly with the election committee and with the election chair. So that was one among the announcement. And the second announcement I have is related to the newsletter article. So I would hand over to our newsletter chair, that is Toastmaster Abhishek, to announce the best article from our newsletter. So Toastmaster Abhishek, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Swati. So now, as a newsletter, yeah, okay, in the newsletter, we have initially asked people to submit their article, and there was a contest for the best article. In the best article, we had the voting, and so many articles based on the articles we have received and the voting. Here is the report of the best article award. We have two articles was selected for the best article. The voting was same for both of them. Also, there was a close competition, but that is the voting for those two articles were the highest. And the winner for the best article is first Toastmaster Jay. And the second winner for the best article contest is Toastmaster Hina. That's it from my side. And congratulations, Toastmaster Jay and Toastmaster Hina. Over to Toastmaster Swati.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Jay and Toastmaster Hina, for your participation, and wonderful job done. And people should read the newsletter and should get back to their articles once again for the people who haven't read it. And can we have the voting for the best role players or for the best role takers? I think it is done. So let me just go ahead and pushing my nominations. Zoom Master, have we got the votes?
I think we got enough.
Okay. And I think we missed out on table topic speakers also. So can we have the polls for the best table topic speakers? I am done with my voting and I expect the Zoom Master can confirm if we had received the votes for most of them.
Yes.
Perfect. So Toastmaster Chandra, if the certificates are ready, can you go ahead and can we see who the winners are of today's meeting?
Yeah, sure. Just a moment. Are the certificate visible?
Yes, it is visible. So the best auxiliary role taker goes to Toastmaster Jay as Sergeant at Arms. So congratulations, Toastmaster Jay. And the best role taker award goes to Toastmaster Chandra. So congratulations, Toastmaster Chandra. Brilliant theme and very well organized meeting. And the best evaluator goes to none other than DTM Vinod. So DTM Vinod, heartiest congratulations. And the best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Harshida. Toastmaster Harshida, congratulations. And the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Richie. So Toastmaster Richie, heartiest congratulations. So congratulations to all the winners. The certificates, the digital certificates or the online certificates would be sent to you in our role takers group by our VP Education Toastmaster Chandra. So wonderful job done by all the role players and all the members, and thanks for your presence. Before we join the meeting, can we have a group pic? If everybody can turn on the videos.
Shamli, Namrata, could you turn on your video for a group pic? Mayur, are you there? If you can also turn on your video. Yeah, great. Pose for the pose, if you guys remember, our pose is the victory one. Taken.
Thank you so very much, everyone. And here we go, join a meeting. But I would like to open this for the offline discussion. If anybody wants to stay back, or for the or for the online fellowship, or can have a chit chat and then can go for a discussion.